So, man, we're in Atlanta, Georgia. Finally with SWNKY.
It's about time.
Let's go, baby.
It's about time.
Let's go.
We here.
It's been a minute, though.
It has.
It's been a minute.
It has.
Man, you've since Beach Boy dropped, you've been on that wave.
Yeah.
And you've been on that upwards trajectory for a minute. But I'm curious to know, before we dive into that, what's your earliest memory of music?
Man, high school. I used to hop in the car after basketball practice, and my dad would have like the Four Tops playing, or the Sonics, or some Diana Ross, like some real like old school, Motown type feel, Soul Train type feel music. Mm-hmm. And as I progressed, I would get into the rap, the pop, the country, and I just really realized that it's literally just about, if the music is good, it's good. It doesn't matter what genre it is.
You weren't discriminating.
Don't discriminate at all. I like beats, the way you flow in a country, a R&B, a gospel. Like, I just like music.
And that was never something for you where you thought, damn, am I the first person in my family to pursue music full time?
Actually, I think I am. But in high school, I would always have headphones in, but I never thought I'd be making music today. I even tried, and it was in high school, and it was pretty bad.
Do you remember the first song you wrote? The name
actually,
of it?
I remember in high school, all I did was trying to freestyle, and I gave up. And I went, I was in my dorm room my freshman year and wrote my first song. Went down the hallway to record it at one of my friends' room, and I sent it to who's my manager now. He's my cousin, Tez McClain, and he heard it and was like, "We gotta get you in the studio."
That's your big cousin?
Yeah. And he was like, "We gotta get in the studio." So ever since, I'll say about like the summer of 2016, I just been on that wave.
What were your early influences going into your childhood, going into your adolescence, from your childhood? I see you've had the influence from anime,
mm-hmm.
and as evidenced by your album covers and everything, but I want to hear it from you. Like, what was the driving force in your teenager years? Because I feel like those are formative when establishing a creative identity.
This is gonna sound crazy, but none of this happened until I got to college. My creativity, my everything. I kind of discovered everything when I kind of got to college. So it I don't know. I feel like it accelerated everything that I had going on, because it all happened in the span of, crunched into for real, a year. To where now I feel like this year, I'm just building now. Industry ready, just building up music, just ready to do what I do. But the creativity didn't start spewing out until my freshman year. So I'll say about late 2016.
Who was the first person to give you the name SWNKY outside of yourself?
Once again, my manager Tez. On a fashion note, I changed my Instagram to SWNKY, SWNKEYY, Y with 3 Ys.
Okay.
And we had a brand meeting, and he said we gotta get us an aesthetic. I like the SWNKY name; it rolls off the tongue, but we gotta give it an aesthetic, and that's where SWNKY came into play.
And since then, you've been rocking with that.
Yep.
Regardless
Yep.
of any like misspelling or anything.
Anything.
You just dropped that first A.
SWNKY. It's even tatted on my leg. So.
And what has been the moment for you where you decided that once you linked with Tez and you went to the studio, right, that you were trying to pursue this as your career?
I made my first song, which was Finessing. It's not out right now. And when you like something, you can always be like, yeah, I got some hard stuff, but people will listen to it and they will actually like it. So now it's about, yeah, you have a dope song, but how you gonna get how you gonna get it to the masses? So it was now, okay, you can't just make dope music, you gotta make dope music, and you gotta learn to promote. So when he actually put me through the ropes and it starts to come back around, and out of nowhere shit happens to me, and I see the stuff he taught me or the stuff that he did come into play or come into effect. So I'm just sitting there like, he did something right.
How do you like to work? Do you record a lot of songs in a short amount of time? Are you comfortable working with the same producer over and over and again?
I tend to, depends on my mood. If I'm in a good mood, you know, I'll knock out one good song. It'll be solid. Take me maybe 2 hours, stacks, ad libs, you know, everything that's needed. I usually record a full song in like an hour 10. So
how many tattoos do you have, if you don't mind me
I
asking?
think about 18 or 19.
What was your first one?
The Carpe Diem. I got these on my 18th birthday.
Where in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Where at?
Downtown by Underground.
Okay.
Yep.
What made you want to get tattoos in the first place?
I just really, I thought tattoos were always cool.
Yeah.
But I got my first one and they hurt really bad. And then my creative side started to come out with the music.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to express myself through music, clothes, everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was like, let's, you know, I had some pieces drawn up and I had some, you know, some words come to me, you know, some wordplay stuff, some different stuff, some placement stuff. And I was like, okay, my artist into it. Okay, I like it. So, you know, some stuff I would Google, you know, I would Google some things, get that, and put a twist on it, put my own original twist on it. I just think they're a dope way to help express yourself besides using your mouth.
What is the number one memory you have of touring and of performing? Like, when was the first moment that you transitioned from not just recording music as an artist, but performing it?
My creative director, Tez, and myself, I had a performance at a fashion show in Alabama. And once I kind of, you know, once you realize that you're on the road to go to another state because you're booked for a fashion show, you know, it kind of settles in like, okay, you know, people actually, you know, they feel me a little bit. You know, they like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, man, I was on a high that day. I think that was the day when I went to Alabama for officially my first out-of-town performance.
Do you feel like since brands are so synonymous with music these days, like fashion and music are kind of hand in hand, you gotta have your brand on point? Is that the SWNKY brand?
Yes, I am definitely a fashion head.
What do you got on right now?
I have on some Subi jeans with a Thrillgate t-shirt.
And the bracelet?
It's just a regular diamond bracelet.
And glasses?
Glasses are... What are they?
You need those to see?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Be blind without them.
And your necklace?
Necklace is also just some necklaces I purchased from a performance that I had.
As a recording artist, what's the first thing that is most often on your brain, the first thing you wake up in the morning?
What can I do to get me a step closer than I was yesterday? I literally can't sleep at night. I wake up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning every day. And the first thing I do is go to write. Probably roll a blunt from here to here, from time to time, and just sit on the couch and write. You know, I feel like I'm industry ready now. I just need the eyes on me. So I wake up every day thinking, like, who can I get to just to listen and pay attention for 5 minutes? I try to get a group I didn't have yesterday listening to my music and liking my music, so that when the days come on and they just can keep compiling, before you know it, I've acquired all these fans off, like you say, just, you know, trusting the art and letting the art speak for itself.
What's the moment in time where you decided that? Let me rephrase this, because I was about to ask you, what was the moment in time you decided you wanted to pursue your artistry seriously? But now that I think about it, I want to say that if you weren't an artist, what would you be doing? Can you foresee yourself doing anything other than music?
Yes, but it's on top of the artistry. I could never see myself not making music.
Like, how much does it mean to you?
Man, music means a lot. Music is damn near a lifesaver at times. It's a really, really huge stress reliever, and it's an escape. So on top of me, I'm really just doing this music now, trying to move smart, so that when I get my foot in the door, I want to do a movie with Pixar, a SWNKY movie with Pixar. You know what I'm saying? Animated. I want to, take over all of these. I want to be on Gap. I want to be, you know what I'm saying? I want to have my own brand that, I'm embarrassed by. I want to be in all these fashion shows. So, just content. Content was going to do it.
What motivates you to make music? The fashion or the fact that...
Fashion...
What motivates you more? If music motivates you to dress well, does dressing well motivate you to make music?
I feel like it's dressing well helps me motivate to make music. Because before all the creativity, I was a fashion head. Been a fashion head since about 8th grade.
Who were your fashion icons, inspirations?
I'm gonna go with Gianni Versace. Wow. Gianni Versace. That's really it for inspirations, for real. Because I actually slipped up and was able to watch his and hear about his story. So that's pretty much it.
What was the moment in time that you decided that Surf the World was complete and you were ready to put it out?
I would say when I saw 7 tracks on it. I saw 7 tracks on the private link I told you I set up, and I saw that, from listening to it, not only were there just 7 songs, but that was a full vibe from start to finish. And you don't want to overdo it because people don't want to sit and listen to 100 songs unless you're on like that. And right now I'm semi on, so I'm still trying to get people to actually take the time out to listen to all 7 songs. So I thought 7 was the happy medium.
How do you think going to Morehouse, how did that affect your creative processes?
I actually think if it wasn't for Morehouse, I would be making music. I don't know. Morehouse, I was on my own when I got to college. So Morehouse kind of forced me to grow up in a way.
Quick?
Yeah.
Real quick?
Real quick, super quick. And once you adjust to it, it's not that bad, but you have to be willing to do certain things,
Like what?
Work, it's times I would be in the studio for I remember one time I was in the studio for 10 hours, literally.
You got a couple studios that you go to, right?
Yeah.
Pretty regularly. You don't like to go through a large rotation of studios. You like to keep it real familiar.
I haven't been to Mean Street in about a minute. But my original studio now is Solar Sound Studio.
Right.
But as of late, I've been making stuff out the crib.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got your own setup?
Yeah, I got my manager. I go to his house, record. We got everything we need that's in the studio now. So
how important is that for an artist in 2018 to have their own abode?
I say it's almost as important as the actual product, because it's all different level from an engineer on a paid time or just an engineer when you can sit and literally do it yourself.
Yeah. Because
then you can start. That's where creativity comes from. That's where you can then implement things that haven't been done.
Your album Surf the World, what was the last song that you recorded for Surf the World before you finished the album?
It was... It was probably... I think Runway Dressing was the last one.
And what was Why was that the last one? Was there something about the lyrics or the production?
I had something for it, but all I had was the verse that's on the song now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the hook nor the second verse, so everything was the same. All I had was the beat in the first verse, so I had to wait until I could get something to come out of me in order to finish it. So it ended up being the last song before I put the release date out.
Who are some of your OGs in the game? Some of your mentors?
Man, Tez McClain. Who else?
They can be people you don't know.
You don't know, right? I would say my inspiration that's past now, which is David Bowie, and my inspiration now, which is like people like Young Thug and Post Malone.
What's your favorite David Bowie song?
I think Space Oddity was his most slept on song. It's just like super original, but it sounds good. I just never heard anything like it before, so I really took a liking to it.
Bro, I feel like so many people who love music, when they look at artists, they don't realize that artists know so much more about what goes behind a song getting on the radio, or what goes behind a song, a music video getting placed, or whatever. Like, they're just not familiar with the industry and like how things are done,
right,
and how things are regulated. So like, from your perspective, like, what's the biggest misconception about the music industry today? Like, what's something that people are like, oh no, like this is how it goes? Like, nah, that's not how it goes at all.
Man, the biggest misconception right now is that I wouldn't turn it down, but the biggest misconception right now is that you, on one hand, need a label, and on the other hand, you don't. And I say that because labels have a rep of, kind of fucking you over.
Right.
But I feel like you run into somebody. I just feel like you meet. It's about relationships. Like that's the biggest thing right there. It's more so about relationships in the music industry. Relationships are almost more important than the actual beat in the lyrics, because you can suck, and if you know somebody, you can get plastered to 5 million, while somebody who's making music just like Post Malone gets 7 likes on his SoundCloud song. So I think it's the biggest misconception is that a relationship can get you anywhere, no matter if you're talented or not. And I've come to realize that by looking at guys who are on and guys who are just now starting to get on.
Why name it Surf the World?
I like to think of myself as a loner. I've created this misconception, this false island called Loner Island, where, an island, obviously if you're on an island, there's going to be a beach. So obviously if there's a beach, it's a tropical vibe. So if there's a tropical vibe, there's going to be water. Water involves surfing. So it's that whole world of like tropical island feel. So I created my own island to escape, Loner Island. And I involve my surfing, my dark surfing, my tropical beats to all bring that tropical vibe together.
What is the odds that Atlanta will no longer be known as the trap capital and will start to be known as a music city?
It could happen. Everybody needs to stop trying to be a muncher, and the A&Rs need to actually begin to look for talent again rather than just going for the bag.
A&Rs are going off of data.
Right.
That's not going to get you anywhere.
Exactly.
It's going to keep you chasing your tail.
Exactly. So I've been thinking, like, obviously I'm not an A&R, so it's not going to work the way I want it to, but you find the talent and you put the talent in front of that platform, the bag's going to follow. But there's this misconception that if you don't already have 1 million followers, or, if you don't already have 1,000 people watching you, then you can't do it.
Like, what kind of headspace were you in emotionally when you made Beach Boy? What were things that were currently on your mind?
Actually, I was on the way to Alabama, and that song was written over a span of like 2 months. I started the first verse, and I could not, for the life of me, I couldn't finish. So I let it sit, came back home, And through my experiences, my everyday experiences, the finishing up of the first verse came, and then the hook, then the second verse just spewed out. So it was kind of like, take all that emotion that's going on in your head, try to consolidate it to make it sound good, put it to a nice beat, and just kind of just vent. So that's more so, just kind of like a poem with a trap beat to it.
What are your thoughts on that genre, like overall, being in Atlanta, where trap music kind of grew legs, and it was just like, yeah, this is like the Atlanta sound. After snap music and crunk music, all that died out.
When I think trap music, because I'm from Atlanta, I think Lil Baby, Loso Loaded, Young Dolph, Black Youngster, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But when I hear people say trap now, it's based off the beat. In a sense, I could understand on some cases, but in some cases I can't, because it's more of a, that word in the rap industry has a huge umbrella, I feel like. So there's a lot of things up under that umbrella that fall along trap. Like, one sound inside of a beat could make it a trap beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The 808 alone could make it a trap beat, and you could have a pop artist on it.
Right.
So I think it depends on who you're talking to and who you're confronting when you say trap. Like I said, being from Atlanta is construed as something else. But me personally, because I'm an artist now, when I hear trap, I hear strictly sounds. Certain snares, certain hi-hats, certain bass drops. That's pretty much it.
What's the common misconception about Atlanta as a musical city?
I would say a misconception is that I don't think they give Atlanta enough credit, because there are a lot of artists popping out of Atlanta. You know, whether they're dope or not, they've got followers, they've got listeners, they've got fans. So I think the biggest misconception is that Atlanta's the new Hollywood. Well, that's not the new Hollywood.
Right.
I think that's about it. Yeah.
What advice would you give an artist moving to Atlanta, attempting to pursue a career in music?
Be prepared.
Since you're from here.
Be prepared.
Right?
I
In
feel
what
like,
ways?
I feel like it's a crab in the barrel mentality in Atlanta, or really anywhere.
Right.
But because I'm from Atlanta, I've experienced so many years of it that it's just like, everybody wants to be that guy on stage. Everybody wants to be that model on the runway. You know, everybody wants to be that star dribbling the basketball, throwing the football. It takes rare people to, you know, choose to do other things or choose different avenues when it comes to rapping around the music industry. So I just gotta tell them, just, if you're gonna do it for real. If you don't really enjoy it, and if you're not passionate about it, let it go. Because the Atlanta underground music scene, on top of the industry in Atlanta, will eat you alive, along with anywhere else. But Atlanta's getting a little bit more cutthroat with the industry because of what's about to happen in the near future.
What's your favorite lyric off of Beach Boy?
I would say, I don't even have a favorite lyric. My favorite would be the hook, because that is how I feel. Beach Boy drawing all the ops. Girls in bikinis lose their tops. Like, that right there. That's just a vibe. You know?
Are you influenced by women?
Not at all. It's actually kind of hard for me to make a love song.
Really? Have girls asked you to write songs about them?
Yeah, I actually have. I have a couple like love songs like
in the stash.
In my stash. So it's gonna be interesting to see when the time comes for those to come out.
Hell yeah. But they've asked you to write songs.
They actually, as a matter of fact, a voicemail of a girl is on the
no.
beginning of one of my songs.
Okay.
That's like just sitting.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for the right moment to drop that.
And does she know?
Oh yeah, she knows.
She's cool with it. They like being muses.
She's actually a lot more excited than she should have been.
Oh yeah.
So I was kind of like, oh okay.
Yeah.
All right. But
on the flip side, what's your favorite thing about the music industry today?
How much money they're giving away to all these artists, bro.
Yeah.
They are giving artists $30,000 to walk into a club.
walkthroughs.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, hell yeah.
what, bro?
No, it's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
People
insane.
getting 80 bands for a show.
I know,
and
bro.
I'm looking at it like, I'm coming here fresh from head to toe, put my problems in a rhythm over a beat.
Yeah.
I get paid for them to want to take pictures with me, for me to want me to sign stuff, for their phones in the air. Like,
Do you ever
serious?
get used to that?
Are you, huh?
Do you get used to that?
No. When
No.
it happens to me, it's awkward because now
Yeah.
I'm starting to see people who've seen me perform somewhere else or they heard about me, and it gets like, you know, you kind of in the moment, and you're like, wait a minute.
How old are you?
20.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
it's very like.
Yeah, so it gets kind of like,
Yeah.
whoa, you know,
Yeah.
people like an A&R or something that my manager knows was like, he's like, yeah, I saw your boy's poster. I had posters all over Atlanta for my release party for my album. So a lot of people have seen it. So I'm starting to get a little traffic, and I'm starting to kind of stay low key because I'm literally seeing a lot of people that I know everywhere I go. Like, I go every time I go to Links, I see somebody I know. I go to campus, people want to talk. I just want to make music, travel, and make money.
What are you majoring in college?
Cinema and television, actually. So I'm trying to keep it all in this little realm.
What's been the most important thing that you've learned outside of class at Morehouse?
You learn about people.
About people.
You learn how to interact with people from different surroundings and from different places. That's the biggest thing. You learn how to interact with people as an adult. That's what I feel like. Because no one's here to watch you. You know? So you just by yourself doing what you do. I think that's the biggest thing.
Do you have artists that you have signed and you're bringing on with you?
I'm under Free Lunch Recordings. So, man, that's a real close-knit family. We watch so many people do us dirty that it's just me, Tez, my creative director, Thrill Gates, which is the shirt, based out of LA, Jason, Prez, which are both my producers. So it's like we only have, I would say, maybe like 4 artists in our camp, you know, and every one of them other than me is above 30, which is crazy.
Oh shit.
Which is weird. Like they're like OGs, you know what I'm saying? So it's like not only making music but being around grown men at 20, you know what I'm saying? Eventually you're gonna start to take the antics on of the men. So you mature a lot quicker and you're acting like their age because you're hanging out with them. So I would just say, man, I don't even think we're gonna sign nobody no time soon, unless it's like somebody I grew up with. But nowadays, people are playing. You know, people, especially people my age, they're moody with their grind. It's not a 25. Yeah, it's not a 25-8 thing. It's I'm gonna do it when I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to wake. They don't wake up thinking about this. They don't have dreams about it.
Right.
So it's like you really can't. That's why I say everybody on my campus is above 30 because they're obviously, you know what I'm saying, they're serious about it.
Yeah.
So I just make my music and we do what we can and just let them do them.
What's the moment in time where you decided that? Let me rephrase this because I was about to ask you, what was the moment in time you decided you wanted to pursue your artistry seriously? But now that I think about it, I want to say that if you weren't an artist, what would you be doing? Can you foresee yourself doing anything other than music?
Yes, but it's on top of the artistry. I could never see myself not making music.
How much does it mean to you?
Man, music means a lot. Music is damn near a lifesaver at times. It's a really, really huge stress reliever, and it's an escape. So on top of me, I'm really just doing this music now, trying to move smart so that when I get my foot in the door, I want to do a movie with Pixar, a SWNKY movie with Pixar, you know what I'm saying, animated. I want to, take over all of these, I want to be on Gap. I want to be, you know what I'm saying, I want to have my own brand that, I'm embarrassed by. I want to be in all these fashion shows. So, just content was going to.
What's next for you?
Man, I have a huge single I'm dropping that I'm going to push the hell out of it. I got some shows. I have a show in LA, a show in New York. I got a show on the 25th of March coming up with SWNKY Supreme. So I'm really just excited for this release date, but my PR team won't let me release it until it's that time. But I'm extremely excited.
If you could speak to your 18-year-old self today, what would you tell him?
That's a good question. I would tell him that what he went through at 18, he needed to experience, but just watch out. Because what I experienced at 18 allowed me to grow to where I am today, to allow myself to continue to grow. So I would tell him to brace himself, but just watch out.
And what are your goals for this year in your art, in your career?
I need to be on somebody's label, somebody's team before 2018 over with. I need to have thousands of people listening to my music before 2018 is over with. It's just that simple. I just need people listening.
Where can we keep up with you at online?
I have every type of social media, but I really use Instagram, which is SWNKY. Snapchat's the same. Twitter's SWNKYY. That's pretty much it. You can really just Google it. Anything else will just pop up. But I don't really use anything but Instagram and SoundCloud and Apple Music for real.
Any recent releases coming up that we should know about?
I got a date, but I'm not gonna reveal it yet. It's soon. It's super soon, but I want to keep it under wraps until I got everything prepared.
My guy. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you for having me, bro.
For sure.
Appreciate you.
Come back soon, man.
No
We'd
doubt.
love to have you.
No doubt. I'm here for it.